on the streets of Phoenix, fantasy football week number 10. Hit me with your questions. I'll be answering them all night. We're going to be out on the streets again tonight. We're going to do a little Q&A. We're going to do the polls again like we did last time. I'm going to start off with the first Q&A poll. Now, on the replays, you won't be able to see the actual poll, but you can hear us talk about it. And I'm going to ask you guys right now, rest of season, Rico, Dowdle, or Bucky? And the reason this one's relevant is because, and there's the poll right there, the reason this one's pretty damn relevant right now is because we got our boy Bucky, no signs of life. Everybody just wants to know, is he okay? Is he even alive? We don't know. We don't know if Bucky's alive. But let's vote right here just to give everybody a sense of what they could potentially get out and get for Bucky if they wanted to. Like my earlier live stream today at the 8 p.m. show talked about, if you don't own Bucky, go trade for him. If you do own Bucky, consider exploring a Henry, a Barkley, a Rico, Dowdle, Josh Jacobs and something, Chase Brown and something, type of trade, Kyron and something, or Kyron, H-hand straight up, anything that you can do. If it's a wide receiver, Nico, JJ, all consideration straight up for Bucky. Right now, as you can see, Bucky, there's how many votes? We got 19 votes. Let me make this a little bit bigger. 19 votes, 80 to 20 in favor of Rico. Rico truly does have top 10, top 5 to 10, top 6 to 10. We'll call it top 6 to 10. Top 6 to 10 running back value going forward. So love our boy Rico, and I think it's a pretty damn good trade. All right, hit me with more questions. We'll do another poll in a minute. Hit that thumb up button on the way in the door. Should I drop any of Charbonnet, JCM, C-Rob, or B-Rob, owner, Hendy for Tootin? I would drop JCM for Tootin. Yeah. When will Jack Besh break out? I don't know if he will. I mean, he could have a day here soon, but I believe it's going to be Trey Tucker, it's going to be Bowers, it's going to be Genty. I don't know if there's going to be like Jack Besh will get more work, but I don't know. He might have a big game or two, but he'll not be consistent. And just to make sure everybody understands, I am not in the get rid of Bucky mode. I'm not in the get rid of Bucky mode if it's at a low ball seller dweller price. Like if we're getting a Henry or a Barkley or a Dowdle, we're in good shape. That's okay. Trade into that if you've got Bucky. But I don't want anybody to think that Bucky is in a great buy low. Bucky's a fantastic buy low, because the same person freaking out and contemplating not getting enough, the person that's saying, well, I need to get rid of Bucky, and they're not going to get a Jacobs, they're not going to get a Nico, they're not going to get a JJ, they're not going to get a Barkley, they're not going to get a Henry, not going to get a Dowdle, not a Kyron, not an H-hand, they're willing to settle. That's the kind of person you need to go get Bucky from. Go get Bucky from that person, 100%. As you can see, Rico's crushing the poll. Let me end the poll, and we'll put another one up, and let's make it similar. Let's find out where our line is with Bucky. Let's go Bucky versus Jacobs. And I'll tell you my opinion on this one is that if I couldn't afford an L, if I couldn't afford an L, I would definitely consider taking Jacobs. But I think if I'm waiting a week on Bucky, even if I find out he's not playing this week, but there's good news, he's probably going to play next week, I'd rather have Bucky if I can afford to wait. Not everybody can wait. It looks like Jacobs is crushing the vote. You know, something people could live to regret later, potentially. All right, super chat here from Apex. Apex says 3 and 6, 12 team full PPR. Need a solid running back too. Do I trade my London to Warren plus a third? Either of these three? Is this Apex? This is way too long to try and to get Jettas and Judkins. London Warren. I'm on a phone. London Warren and a third, and either of Harvey, Hendy, Manungai. London Warren. I think I'm probably saying yes. I would do this. I would try and move Manungai. I don't think Manungai. I like Manungai, but I don't know if Manungai has Harvey and Hendy's long-term value. I think I'm going to say I'd rather take JJ and Judkins, but I would try my best to get rid of Manungai in that. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. Safe to drop JD5 for Brissett. Depends on. I mean, if you don't have IR, I suppose. But I don't. I mean, could come back to backfire on you. I mean, I imagine JD5's out at least 4 or 5 games. Could be out for the year. They're not really. They're being kind of coy about it. What's their record? Are they trying to get a better draft pick? You know, there's a lot of things that could go into play. Bucky loses to Jacobs. Okay. Let's try this for a wide receiver. Rest of season. Bucky or Adams. All right, Bucky or Adams. Vote on that one. Bucky lost to, if you're watching a replay and they don't show the poll results, and I don't think they do, vote now, go. Bucky versus Adams. Obviously a flex call, right? Or you're looking at it from that perspective. This one's a little more even, although Adams is pulling away a little bit. Man, Bucky's getting no respect. And I too am, like I've said, I'm trading him for Dowdle. I'm trading him for Henry. I'm trading him for Barkley. But we got to be careful not to go overboard. Yeah. Safe to drop JD5. Oh, as for that question, I mean, yeah, right now, but I don't know. That could backfire. I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, hang on to him, lose your league. But like, who are you? I mean, you could cut somebody else, you know. I don't expect you to not pick up Brissett, but like, what other player could you cut? Fernandez, trade St. Brown and Bucky for Bijan and Rome. Give me Bijan and Rome. Bijan and Rome, my boy. Francisco traded Judkins and Fannin and Benson and Brissett in a Superflex league for Gibbs. Judkins, Fannin, Benson, Brissett. I'd rather have Gibbs by a lot. Who to start, Alex, Keon, or Mason? Probably Alec. Alec Pierce. I'd start Pierce over Keon and Mason. Diggs for Jay Williams. Who's Jay Williams, Big? You gotta clarify. You had your time to shine and you didn't. You put a Jay Williams. There's multiple Jay Williams. 4 and 5 PPR. My McBride for Rice or CD or JJ. My McBride for Rice, CD, or JJ. I would take CD, Rice, and JJ in that order. And yes, I'd take any one of them. Thank you for the super chat, Danny. Thank you, Fernandez, for the super chat. Thank you, Vladimir, for the super chat. Appreciate you. And thank you, Apex, for the super chat. Appreciate all 4 of you guys. Juwan Jennings or Vidal? I would go Vidal. I know he's hard to trust, but start Harvey. I would. Depends on the situation. Smitty, can we see the fountain? Yeah, Harvey depends on the situation. Harvey or Kittle? Kittle this week probably. 7-2, T Sizzle. CD just sent a trade for Pickens and Hall. I'd rather have CD Lamb. It's not even like close, like Hall. You'd have to make Hall Judkins or Barkley or Henry. What's going on, everybody? Hit that thumb up button on the way in the door. What's up, Carrie? What's up, Bug? You know, I didn't, let me see if I can grab, let me see if I can throw this out on, 1 second, this might pause real quick. All right, I had to throw a link out to everybody. Jay, Bijan and Kelsey, Fannin, Loveland for Judkins, Bowers. Bijan and Kelsey, Fannin, Loveland. You got to be clear, like these slashes, we don't know if you're talking about all these guys. I assume these are one, you're picking one. I mean, so I tell you guys not to use slashes. Everybody uses them differently. I have no idea what we're talking about. Bijan and any one of those, I guess. I guess give me Kelsey, Bijan and Kelsey for Judkins and Bowers. I'd rather have Judkins and Bowers. I think I'd rather have Judkins and Bowers. Close though, bro. Really close. I mean, Bijan's hard to say no to. You know what? Man, chat, can we vote on that one? Maybe we make that a vote. Judkins and Bowers. Let me put it to a vote. So the Bucky Adams is 50-50. I just ended the vote, 50-50. Let's vote on this one. Rest of season. Bijan and Kelsey or Judkins and Bowers. Wow. I don't know, man. Let's see what the chat thinks of this one. This is a tough one. Start the poll, boom. If you're watching a replay, these polls do not show on the replay. They really should, but they don't. But I'll try and verbalize the poll. Right now, it is Judkins, Bowers, 57%, 23 votes. 27 votes. 31 votes. Kelsey, Bijan versus Judkins, Bowers. Judkins, Bowers, 55%. Judkins, Bowers, 58%, 42 votes. Jay, thank you for the question. Hopefully you're getting premium service here, Jay. You're getting 50 votes right now. Judkins, Bowers, 52% to 47%. Judkins, Bowers over Bijan and Kelsey. 53 votes. 54-46 in favor of Judkins, Bowers. That's crazy, bro. Trade my Charbonnet for Spears. I'd rather have Spears right now. 154, hit that thumb up button. Yo, Smitty, I traded away Bucky and Nico for Saquon and T. Higgins. Bucky and Nico for Saquon and T. Higgins. Give me, man. Chat vote on that one too. Saquon, Higgins, Bucky, Nico. I'd probably say if Bucky were back, we'd see Bucky. But right now, Saquon, Higgins is probably kind of safer. But if you like a dice roll, I don't mind going the Bucky route. Pretty dead even, bro. It's just kind of like, can you weather the storm on Bucky? If you can't, you need to go the other way. Dowdle, Harvey, it's not even close, bro. I mean, anything can happen on a Sunday. Like, understand that. JJ could get outscored by Tez Johnson on any given Sunday, but you can't sit Dowdle for a flex play. I mean, come on, bro. Especially between, let's see here, Pickens and Debo Egbuka K9. Give me Buka K9 by a mile. Country mile, bro. Not even close. All right, so this vote is coming to a close. Bijan, Kelsey, 47%. Judkins, Bowers, 53. 68 votes. It's done. There you go. Anybody that drops a 20 20 watt. I will put your question in the poll. Make it short though. Don't put a whole damn pair. Like, make it short. Any question on a 20 will get a poll. I mean, you're getting 50, 60 votes minimum. Bijan with the L, says Caps. JMO or Harvey? I'd probably go JMO for right now, but near dead even. Guess I gotta offer Judkins plus for Bijan. Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah, you're gonna have to give a whole lot more than Judkins to get Bijan. Holding 5 and 4, Phillip. Holding Hampton, Bucky. Keep holding. Yeah, I mean, you try and move them, but you can't cut those guys, bro. Trevor Lawrence or Dart. Brissett or McCarthy. Each week could be a different answer, but I'd say Brissett right now. Love the show. Show loves you back. Perino. Show loves you back. Thank you, Phillip, for the super chat. Achan for Lamb. I'd rather have Lamb by quite a bit. And I love Achan. Pick 2, full PPR. J-Mo, Keenan Allen, Romeo Dobbs. I'm going to go J-Mo and Keenan Allen. Dobbs and Keenan Allen are pretty close, but definitely J-Mo. Bowers and Loveland, maybe I can get Bijan. Bowers and Loveland, what? Should I trade Sharps for Spears? I already answered that one. Stafford or Penix or Fields? Stafford. Brissett or Darnold? I think Darnold's proven himself. I mean, Brissett looked good too, but I think Darnold's proven himself. Trade Judkins and Sutton for JSN if you can, like Sutton or JSN all day long. What are you supposed to do when people overvalue their players? You can't trade with them. Mayfield or Stafford, probably Stafford, but Mayfield definitely going to get back into his bag. Kyron and BTJ for Judkins. I'm going to move over here because somebody just is coughing up a storm and just crop dusted me. They came over and crop dusted me with a coughing attack. DVO, appreciate you. May Dart, Ibuka, JJ Diggs, Mac, Achan, Hendy. Start 1 QB. Remember, I'm on a phone, so shorter messages the better if you guys can. Otherwise, it's a little harder to take it all in because I'm on a phone and it keeps scrolling and I'm trying to find this message. You got to, in the chat box is about that big, so I got to like move it around. So shorter the better if possible. Ibuka, JJ, Diggs, T-Mac, Achan, Hendy, Harvey, Spears, JCM, Loveland, 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. Any trades? Probably not touching Ibuka, not touching JJ. Trade one of the QBs with T-Mac. Maybe with Spears, maybe with Hendy, maybe with Harvey. To just get that extra Barkley, that extra Jacobs, that extra Javonte, that extra player to put right in that running back 2 spot. But Harvey could be the guy. I mean, you trade Harvey now, you might regret it, but Harvey could be that guy. He could be worth that move. Loveland and Pitts. Honestly, Loveland's got a lot of value. I'd roll with Pitts if I can move Loveland and, let's say, Spears and T-Mac to get that one Jacobs, that one Javonte, that one. I mean, even ETM would be intriguing, especially if you could get Tootin, to pair. Smitty out wandering the streets of AZ again. That's right. Achan and Garrett Wilson for St. Brown and Judkins. St. Brown and Judkins by quite a bit. Traded Dowdle for Bowers. I'm fine with either side of that, to be honest. Is it cold in Arizona? Enough to wear a hoodie, but it's not like freezing or anything. I'm going. I mean, my hands are cold. Like if I was out here for an hour or two, my hands would be freezing. My body wouldn't be too cold, but. Hey Smitty, could you answer the second part of that one super chat? DVO. What is it? Start 1 QB, 2 running back. You mean that? May, JJ, Ibuka, running backs Achan and Harvey for now. And then you're probably going to go, Diggs or Hendy, most likely. I mean, Loveland, Diggs or Hendy. Chat, vote Diggs or Hendy. Actually, Diggs, Hendy, or T-Mac. No. Yeah, Diggs, Hendy, T-Mac. Put Harvey in the running back too. Diggs, Hendy, T-Mac. Chat, vote on that last one. Danny, appreciate you. Lost JD5. My Bucky for Nico and Bo. I'd take that. Hell yeah. I'd probably take Knicks over Dimes, but you could argue that. But Nico, I mean, Nico's a safe lateral step from Bucky. That's how you get out of Bucky. But, you know, you also buy Bucky. Not you, but other people, if you can get someone to panic. 7-2, Hurt, Stafford, Bijan, Cook, AJB, Pittman, Pickens, Flowers, Algier. Should I trade Hall and Dobbins or Dobbins? Okay. Tyler Warren. Should I trade Hall? Should I trade for Hall or Dobbins? Kyron trade was a no. For what though? Devar, I don't think you asked me. Should I trade Hall or Dobbins? Like trade them away? I don't see that you own Hall or Dobbins. Should I trade for? Should I trade for? I mean, I don't want Dobbins. No. Hall? You got Cook and Bijan. I like Hall. I mean, would I trade Flowers and Spears for Hall? Sure. Would I trade Pickens for Hall? Maybe, but you need wide receivers more than you need running backs because you got Bijan and Cook. So I don't think Hall's a good play for you. I mean, you could maybe try and trade AJB and Spears for just a safer wide receiver, Nico Collins, Pickens, and you know, Tyler Warren. I'd only trade if I could get into some massive JJ, Achane, Kyron, Henry, Barkley move. But other than that, I mean, I would try and move AJB. I could move AJB or Pittman or Pickens for Hall and something, or Hall, depending on which wide receiver you gave. But I prefer you go after JJ, Nico, you know, somebody like that with that. Henry, Lamar, and Flowers balling this weekend. I think we could have one of those days where Flowers even does something. Cardinals record? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think the Cardinals could win maybe little more than half their games going forward, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing much more than that type of optimistic predicting for the Arizona Cardinals, bro. I like Brissett, but Gannon's incompetent. I traded Buka for Genti in a heartbeat, says JP. I don't know if I'd say that. I'd say there's pretty good argument for both of them, bro. Start 2, ETN, Brees, or Rashad White. Brees and ETN. Thoughts on Benson? I'm definitely grabbing him if available. Lamb or Jamar Chase? I'd go Lamb, but very close. Kyron, BTJ for Judkins and Diggs. I'd take Judkins and Diggs pretty easily. Kyron or Rico? I'd probably say Rico by a hair, but near dead even. Trade Kyron for Javonte. I could get behind either side. I probably want a little more given that Javonte has struggled. This guy will tell you to trade JT before he goes off. Smitty needs the bet. Scott, are you talking to me, Scott? Are you talking about me, Scott? What are you talking about? Speak up, Scott. We can't hear you. Genti has struggled. Yeah. But he's got Bowers back, and he hasn't since Bowers has been back. It's a pretty big deal, bro. 7-2, 12-man, trade my Sharps for Spears. Sure. Yeah. And then I don't know, Gibbs, Swift. I trade Swift on the high, to be honest. I don't even know if you could trade him high, but you try. Here, Scott, why don't we just remove you? There you go, Scott. Yeah, I mean, what do you think someone's gonna do? You come into their show and you start trying to heckle them in the middle of a live stream. You think you're just gonna be welcome to stay? Like, yeah, don't listen to this guy. Yeah, okay, Scott. Why don't we keep Scott around? Why don't we keep Scott around so Scott can say, "Hey guys, don't listen to this guy," and me go, "Yeah, you know that's okay, Scott. You just speak your mind." Bye, Scott. Trade Kelsey and Javonte for Barkley. Yes, I'd take Barkley. Trying to trade my Lamb for JJ and Garrett. I don't know, man. JJ and Garrett, Lamb and that's pretty even. I don't know if I'd be like, I don't know. It's pretty even. I mean, Garrett Wilson closes the gap maybe between JJ and Lamb. I think a very, very even trade. I think we got another super chat in here. I'm sorry. We have trade. So as far as your team, Alan, I don't know. I definitely would take Spears right now, but that could change, man. If Walker went down, you know. But I definitely would say like Hampton or Benson with Swift to get like one better running back or one wide receiver. Swift for Ladd or JMO or Hendy or Harvey or who would you trade May for? Man, I don't know. I think May could maybe get you. He could get you Jacobs, potentially Javonte, maybe ETN, maybe something along those lines. Probably. Maybe you know you could probably get more than Ladd. Hard to say. Chase Brown, RJ, JJ, Buka, Brock, Mac, T-Mac, traded Kraft owner Gadsden before Brees. Ideas. I don't know, man. T-Mac and Gadsden. Oh, traded Kraft owner Gadsden. You already traded Gadsden for Brees Hall. So you got Brees and you got T-Mac. You could send Brees and T-Mac together for like one player. Brees and T-Mac for Buka, for Nico Collins, for Jacobs, for Henry, for Barkley, for Dowdle. I'd put those two players together and just start slinging out the offers, bro. I traded Dallas Goedert for Rico Dowdle. Is that good? Casey, stop, bro. Casey's like, hey, I traded a $5 bill for $100. Is that good, guys? Am I good? Casey's begging for a pat on the back. Casey, you crushed it. Javonte and Rico for London and Barkley. Wow. I would probably go London and Barkley, but that's pretty good. I mean, but I definitely take London and Barkley. Casey's out robbing grandmas, and we're not really proud of you, Casey, because you basically you pulled someone's shirt over their head and pushed them over on that one, you know, picking on a little old grandma at a nursing home. So no, did you do good? No, not really. That was a bad deed. That was a bad deed, Casey. Ian, thank you for the super chat. Sorry if I didn't come up with any better ideas, but I think I don't touch. I mean, I would maybe trade Chase Brown up as well, Pringle. I would maybe trade T-Mac and Chase Brown to get a safer running back, but I think the idea I would have most would be trade Brees Hall and T-Mac, because I think you said you traded Gadsden for Brees, so I would trade those two for one bigger monster. Meet me on Bell in the 303, Oregano's. I'm a little busy, my guy, but thank you. Brees and Dowdle, give me Dowdle all day. Bucky, Judkins, give me Judkins, baby. And that doesn't mean I don't trade for Bucky. I trade for Bucky all day long. T-Mac or Chase Brown all day. Trade Gibbs for Bijan straight up. I'd rather have Bijan. Smitty, can you do a Barat impersonation? I don't do a Barat impersonation. I don't have that. I mean, Achane for Hall and Pittman, I would go Achane by quite a bit. I don't even know why I hesitated. Husseini says, which defense, Panthers versus New Orleans or Ravens versus Minnesota? I think I'd go with Panthers, man. I think you're going to get a high-scoring game against that New Orleans Saints offense, bro. Gio says, Smitty, we did it, got Genty and traded away Kincaid. Already have Ferguson and Bowers. Great move. Now I'll try and trade Ferguson, too. Heck yeah, bro. Nice work. Husseini, thank you for the super chat, my boy. Husseini to the moon. Pittman is a top wide receiver in the league right now. He sure is playing that way. Trade my Achane for ETN, Judkins, and Waddle. Yeah, I definitely do that. And then I trade ETN and Waddle for like a JJ, and then I end up with Achane for JJ and Judkins. Judkins and Harvey for Genty. I'd rather have Judkins and Harvey, to be honest. I love Genty, but Judkins and Genty are pretty damn close right now. Trying to get Henry, and nobody is biting. Your thoughts on Loveland? I think he's a 7 to 12 tight end that you could trade pretty easily, and if you've got another tight end like Fannin, you make the move, you trade him. All right, let's put up another poll. Give me a poll question. Tyler says, "Hey, sorry, I need your knowledge. I need your knowledge about concussions. Someone, doctor, opted Stroud. I needed someone for her. Does anybody else know how to read, Tyler? Okay, so you need my knowledge. Concussion. I mean, I can't read this. It's really. Can anybody else read this? Herbert on the bye. I think you got Stroud concussion. Okay, so what are the options? Is Brissett there? Is Dart around? Can we call Dart up for a little one game? Brissett seems to be the best guy. Gunner glasses, Coach Smitty. If I had the Gunner glasses on, I think I would have been able to read that a little bit better, Tyler. Anybody else have an idea on that one? Yeah, Tyler, I need to know who's available. Then I can better assist you. You need one coconut and a Dr. Pepper. Yeah, that's what it reads like. He's like, I need your no. Ledge, AB, out, coconut, doctor opted, Stroud needed some, Herbert's bye. I'll be looking for you, Tyler. I'll be looking to help you, my guy. Should he add Stroud? Is that what he's saying? Travis speaks his language. I don't know. No, not. I mean, not really. I mean, it's not gonna help you this week. Achane for Rico and Waddle. I might take Rico and Waddle if I need a wide receiver. I might take Achane if I don't need that wide receiver. London for Dowdle. Even Steven trade. Judkins to Saturn this week. Absolutely. His text gave me a concussion. Okay, Tyler says someone dropped Stroud. Hubert's bye is in 2 weeks. I got you. This is for Hubert. Okay, I got you. Sorry, it's confusing. I don't know if Stroud will be. He's okay. I guess I'd ask you if Brissett's there. Is Dart there? I still didn't really answer my question, and I think I could help you better if you give me a list of all of the top players available. If you're asking me, should you have a quarterback during a bye week? Yes. And the only option you gave me was Stroud. So my answer is yes. But if you list off all the quarterbacks that are available, Tyler, I can definitely give you my thoughts. Husseini, $5 hauler. Cook listed, ankle, foot injury. Monangai, same thing. Or are we worried? We're a little worried about both, but it's a Wednesday. And Husseini, nobody really plays at all on a Wednesday but Brock Bowers. So, Brock Bowers. Standing ovation. Only person that plays on a Wednesday is Brock Bowers. So we got to wait until tomorrow, Husseini. Everybody's questionable. Everybody's resting. Everybody's limited. But I would grab Davis as a potential play. You know what I'm saying? Start 2 and drop 1. Harvey, Kamara, and I guess I drop Sharp. Guys, do we drop Tracy, Pollard, or Sharps? Who do we drop? Can we vote Tracy, Pollard, Sharps? Who do we drop? Hurts and Dart a lot this weekend. Yeah. Did Tyler ever list the players that he could pick up? I don't think he did. Harrison Jr., Shaheed, or Addison. Drop Pollard. I'd probably start. I'd like Harrison Jr., then Addison, then Shaheed in that order. That's weird, Pierce, but okay. Tyler says Stroud, Mac Jones, and Ward. Stroud. There you go, Tyler. That's the thing I needed to make the decision. Hey, who do I pick up for the bye week in week whatever? I'd say Stroud. Check his bye week. Yeah, he's already had his bye. Stroud's already had his bye. Romeo. Let's see. Smile. Thank you for the wave. Jacobs, Gibbs, or Achane. I'm going to go. Come on, man. 99 problems. Why are you even asking this question? Jacobs, Gibbs, or Achane rest of season? Why would you rank Gibbs? How could you rank Gibbs lesser than... The answer is Gibbs then Achane, but I don't understand how that could even be a question. You know? Easy. Had 2 trades, Igbuka and Benson for QJ and Javante. Great trade. Well, only had Jacobs, Aaron Jones, and Bucky. Still have Rice, JSN, Slayton, Watson, 6 and 3. I mean, you can afford to make this little gamble move, right? You're waiting on Benson. Wait, you traded? Oh, you traded that. No, I don't like that trade. Bro, you're 6 and 3. You can take an L. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Had to trade. You didn't have to do anything easy. You did this on your own. You didn't have to trade. Buka, Benson for QJ and Javante. Not the end of the world, but damn it. Damn it, bro. I just traded Rico for Mahomes and Hendy. That could work out. If Hendy gets on his horse and stays there, that could work out. Yeah, that wasn't a very good trade, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, I appreciate your super chat, Easy, but you're going to always get the truth from me. At least you know that, right? You may not like my answer and be mad at me, but... London over Jacobs, yes. Drop Godwin for Hunter. I mean, I don't think so. No. No. I'm not doing that. JSN, Genti, or Gibbs and Buka? Gibbs and Buka. Thoughts on Bill? I don't have many thoughts on Bill at all. I've given up on Bill. Not that I hate him. His situation blows. Warren versus anyone, to be honest, says Simi value. I mean, depends what you're talking about. Is that Jalen Warren, Tyler Warren? And if it's Tyler Warren, I mean, you've got Bowers. It's going to fend for that, my boy. HN for Vidal and Buka. Probably rather have HN by a hair. Easy, I appreciate your super chat again. Sorry I didn't like your trade. Orande, attaboy. Fannin or Loveland, full PPR cam. Fannin for me, but very even. When is Benson back? Hopefully soon. We don't really have a full... I mean, he's got to ramp up and everything, too. Fannin. Loveland might get you more trade value, Cam, but I like Fannin a little more, but it could go either way. Loveland, let me put it this way. Loveland's safer. Fannin could get you 2 points, or he could really take a big step forward. But keep in mind, they're both rookies, and Fannin's had more run, and so I think he's ready to unleash, but you never know. Will it be Tracy or Singletary moving forward? We don't know. That's why I'd say, to that earlier question when somebody asked me who you should drop, it probably is Tracy. Who was the super chatter that asked me, who do I drop? And I said it would be a chat vote, and I didn't end up answering it yet. The answer is Tracy, not Sharbs, Tracy. Cut Tracy, whoever you were. Are Worthy and Chuba droppable? No, definitely not Worthy, bro. London was a flash in the pan. A little more so. That's why I pick him up and sell him high. As you can see, that my instinct is to say that you're probably wanting to take advantage of that situation the best you can. And it's not that London won't be good, but he could be up and down. Like Fannin was good, then up and down. I think Fannin might now, coming out of the bye week, just explode and be more consistent. You know, and they like Komet, but is Adam Peters as good as we think he is? Yeah, because you can only control so much, bro. Like Adam Peters can't control how the coach is. Like he hired the coach, sure, but he can't control the injuries to JD5. He can't control the coach not pulling JD5 and getting him injured. He can't control all these different factors, but he put this staff in the best position. So Adam Peters definitely is the guy. It's not, you know, we'll see what he does. He should replace Quinn. He should fire Dan Quinn for sure. Etienne or Harvey at the flex. Etienne for now. If we get good Harvey news, like even better Harvey news than we expect, then we could switch it real quickly. So keep your finger on the button. This is from Michael, traded Olave and Waddle for Garrett Wilson. Smitty approved. But there's good and bad to both those sides, you know. But I'd say give me Garrett Wilson. But could I regret that at 1 week from now? Don't be surprised if we're in here going Garrett Wilson's trash or Garrett Wilson's a king. Sit one, Judkins, Jacobs, Gibbs, or Dowdle. I'm going to ignore that you're putting Gibbs into a question like this and let it slide, because that's a ridiculous question. So sit one between Judkins and Dowdle, which is an impossible task. I guess I sit, man, you can't sit one. How do you can't start one as a flex, bro? You're not going to get me to say sit one of those guys. That's insane, bro. I don't believe that you can't put one of those guys in your flex. And if not, why don't you make a trade? You got to make a trade. You can't be sitting Judkins or Dowdle each week. 2 running backs, 1 flex. There you go. So who's your flex? Got offered Judkins and London for HN. My wide receivers are Johnston, Terry. Okay, Judkins for London. Judkins and London. I'd take Judkins and London over HN. Yeah, bro, I don't even need to see the rest of your question. Like, go take Judkins and London for HN and do it live. That's wild, bro. Lambasting. Judkins and London are just crushing that other side. I love HN, bro, but come on. Yo, Smitty, I just got JJ for AJB and Loveland. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I say pick up Loveland and trade him. There are tight end needy teams out there. You pick up Loveland you trade him. It's that simple. That's rinse and repeat. In every league, you can do it. You pick him up. He's a valued player. People wanted him. They missed him. Now they can trade for him. Easy peasy, bro. Smash. Judkins in London for HN. It's crazy, man. Judkins in London for HN. I wish I could get that right now. Bro's out there he's knocking people over the head for players. Mahomes or Josh, rest of season. I'd probably go Josh Allen by a hair, but I think they're near dead even. And I think, would not surprise me in the least, and I've predicted this for years. It's just taken 2 years for it to get back on track, but that Mahomes is number 1 or number 2. Start 1, Harvey, Tucker, or Dobbs. Harvey. Who would you trade Ferguson for? Ladd, J-Mo. Give up more and get Jacobs. Give up more and get ETN. Give up more and get, something like that. But 1 for 1, you're not going to get a ton. Hendy, Monty. Do it. Trade anything. Harvey, Hendy, Vidal. I'd probably start both the Triple H and Associates, but I like Vidal bouncing back a little bit. Need to Flowers, Debo, Garrett Wilson. Probably Flowers and Garrett Wilson, my boy. Got offered Pittman. By the way, shorter the answers, the more likely you're going to get me to answer non-super chat, just because I'm trying to. The chat goes fast. It's not that I don't want to help you, but got offered Pittman and Judkins for my St. Brown. Pittman and Judkins, I guess, if you need the receiver. Trading Judkins. Okay. ETN, Olave, and Addison for Genty and MHJ. Give me Genty and MHJ by a hair. London or Jefferson. Probably JJ, I guess, but damn even. Would you pick up Hunter, Reed, or Benson? Probably Benson, but depends on the context of everything. My Hampton and a 26th third for Barkley and Flowers, and a Dynasty sitting at 6-3. Hampton and a 26th third for Barkley and Flowers. Man, that's tough. I'd probably lean toward Hampton because I don't think Barkley's going to last more than this year. But I don't know. If you think he's got 1 more year left, it's crazy because there's a chance I like Barkley more entering 2026 than I thought, just because they didn't use him at all in the beginning of the year. So he's kind of been rested. And so there's a chance he has 1 more year. I think I might change my mind potentially on Barkley walking into 2026 versus what I thought. But I think Hampton, you got to lean Hampton in Dynasty. Still got a lot of value. May is losing to the Bucks. Says, no, I don't know, bro. Maybe. Thank you, Gun Rogue. Appreciate you. Trade for Baker. Yes. Drop 1 of Benson Tracy for Rashad White. Tracy. Which 2? Woody, Debo, Harvey. Give me Harvey and I don't know. I want to say Woody, but we have no idea, man. I guess Woody over Debo. They're both kind of a question mark right now. Ask me on that one later in the week. May is going down to Florida to lose. Says, hey, come on, stop. You keep acting like May's going to get worked over. If you want to say that you think someone's going to win that game, but let's not act like the Patriots are. I know you're just speaking out of fandom, but, anyone can win that game, bro. It's not going to be May's fault. You keep acting like May's going to go down and get worked. Do you think A.D. Mitchell has some potential? Maybe, but not really. I mean, not in that situation. It's a shitty situation. But, I mean, could he be okay? Sure. Bucks D is nice. Do you think A.D. Mitchell trade HN for Barkley and MHJ? HN for Barkley and MHJ. I'd probably take Barkley and MHJ if I need running back. Trade Swift or Judkins. Trade Swift or Judkins. When I read something like that, bro, Swift and Judkins aren't on the same planet. So why would I choose Swift? Trade Swift paired with BTJ for what wide receiver? I'm not trading Judkins. Swift and BTJ for Adams, for Nico, for Garrett Wilson maybe, for Buka. I mean, any of those. Laporta or Fannin? Probably Laporta, but I'd rather trade Laporta, start Fannin, and get something for Laporta on the high, because he could be up and down. Smitty, what's your mile time? Right now, 6:59. I just ran a 5K at 7:20 pace for 3 miles. So I think I could run a 650 maybe. Dynasty Superflex PPR, AJB and Tesla and Samson plus 27 first and 28 for Ibuka. It's hard to read this. What are we doing, Maxim? AJB, Tesla, Samson, 27 first, 28 first, and 2 fours for, give me Buka. Buka, Patriots hater. Yeah, he's a Patriots hater for sure. Swift plays Manungai or Tracy. Manungai. It doesn't matter. Swift plays. He's gonna have a roll, bro. Drop one. JCM, Dobbs, or White. I'd probably drop JCM. Ben Johnson found his Monty. Yeah. Trade my Franklin for Loveland. I mean, we talked about Manungai in the offseason a lot, just so you guys know. If anybody is new. Trade my Franklin for Loveland. I'd take Loveland. If you need a tight end, that's fine. That's fine. You got any back ankle issues? You're able to run a 5K though? Yes. I mean, you got to understand, if I didn't have back and I don't have ankle issues, by the way, and I don't have back issues, by the way. I have bad knees. I pulled my back out a couple times, but I don't have back issues. It was with my chair, and I don't have ankle issues at all. But I have bad knees. I've had ACL tear, but if I didn't have knee issues, I'd probably run like a 5-minute mile. Probably run a 6 flat 5K pace. But I can run a 7 to 7:20 5K, and I could probably if my life was on the line, or I could win $1 million, I could run a 6:35 mile right now. 6:35 right now. If it was $1 million on the line, 6:35, easy with that kind of adrenaline. Pick 2 non-PPR: Woody, Harvey, Kamara. Thank you, Smitty. Thank you. Let's go Harvey and Kamara, but I think maybe we wait on some Woody news. Meta, you're the follower that's been with me from the beginning, right? You and Silver, but Smitty, I'm 3 and 5. Got offered Barkley and Addison for my London. I'd take I don't know, man. Chat, can we vote on this? Some Barkley, Addison for London. And then McGee says 3 and 15 keeper. 3-15 keeper. Gibbs, no keeper for Javante, 7th round keeper. If you're not winning, I try and get more, bro. You're handing somebody a championship. You know, That's crazy. Guys, Barkley and Addison or London? Can you vote on that one? Barkley and Addison or London? Vote on that, please. I think I started reading your stuff around 2005, yeah. So you've been there since like the beginning. London. There you go. London gets the vote, bro. I mean, I like Barkley too, but I think, we start buying Barkley at London's price tag, then. How long was you out with your ACL? It takes a good year before you can really run. When you're a layman, you're not like a pro athlete on a pro training. They didn't let me run for a year. They told me not to. The graft wouldn't hold as good, so I didn't jog once until a year. When I tore my patellar tendon off my kneecap, that I was jogging within 5 months. Eagles have no competition. Matt, give Higgins and Bowers or Rome Bowers for CD. I would probably rather have, guys, would anybody rather have CD or Rome? Just vote Bowers side or CD side. If you would rather have Higgins or Bowers or Rome Bowers, let's just call that even. Would you rather have that Bowers side or the CD side? I think I would lean toward, I really think Rome or Higgins could be enough to get close to CD that I'd probably take Bowers if I have no tight end. Earlier you said, this is from Racing Boy, but please vote on that one, guys. Earlier you said the only thing you do to my team is maybe trade Kyren. So do you take a swing and try and get Bijan? Absolutely. And a Love or McCarthy using Mahomes and Kyren. So maybe, I don't know if you'd only have one QB or your QBs are Penix. So this is Superflex, right? Is this Superflex? I forget if it is. Your QBs are May and Penix and JD5. So you'd be starting McCarthy, Love, May, Penix. And you'd be upgrading Kyren into Bijan. I think I would take Mahomes and Kyren to get Bijan, especially if it's Dynasty, to get Bijan. If it's not Dynasty, I get Love and Bijan, I suppose. Yeah. Tough call, though. Chat, if anybody feels differently. What do you guys think? All right, here we go. Bowers is a generational talent. He sure is. Megatron says Gaston and Hendy for Judkins. I'd take Judkins, bro. Yeah. It's Superflex and Dynasty. Yeah, I probably, look, I love Mahomes. But if you give me, let's see here, Kyren and Mahomes versus Love. Can you get McCarthy and Love? Love and McCarthy, let's say, and Bijan for Mahomes and Kyren. I think I take that. I mean, it's a tough trade in Dynasty Superflex, but the context of you having other quarterbacks, I still believe in JD5 long term. I do. I know a lot of people want to give up on him, but that's a tough one. I mean, Mahomes is tough to give up in Superflex, but you can develop QBs, bro. And I'm not saying Mahomes regresses again, but look at the 2 years where he didn't play as well. Like, you don't want to miss that opportunity to get Bijan. You know, but I would try and get Love and McCarthy. Just make him want it so bad that he overpays that at least. Gadsden and Hendy for Judkins. Again, I'd take Judkins in a heartbeat. Ben says 4 and 5. My Adams at Dunze Hall for Rice ETN. Adams at Dunze Hall. Adams at Dunze Hall for Rice and ETN. Man. I think I lean toward Adams at Dunze Hall. I lean toward Rice and ETN. And do you have Tootin? Make sure you try and get Tootin somehow. I like your team though. I like it a lot. I think that's a decent move. Thank you for the super chat. H13 with a $20 hauler. How do I do a $20 hauler here? Mashed potatoes. PPR 2 flex 3 and 6. QB Baker, Stafford, Kyron, Judkins, Dowdle, Chase Brown, Woody, Benson. I got to do a mashed potato. If you drop a 20, I got to do it. I don't know how else to do it. I mean, I'm in public. It's okay. Rashid, Garrett Wilson, MHJ Flowers was negotiating Buka trade. He's offering Buka for my Garrett Wilson and Flowers. Smash. I give up more. Don't tell him. But I give up more. Aaron says, is Smitty embarrassed he can't even yell mashed potatoes? I yelled it pretty good. $100 haulers, I yell it loud. $100 and I ride the Segway. I ride the Segway by yelling $100 hauler on a pretend Segway. Have I been to Dominic Steakhouse? No. I've been to the Henry. I've been to a couple of those Superflex Dynasty. Racing Boy, congrats on the trade. Ben, thank you for the super chat, Ben. Racing Boy, thank you for the super chats. Matt, thank you. Give Higgins, Bowers. What did the chat vote? I think they voted Bowers. So if I had to choose between the wide receivers, I guess, between Higgins and Rome, I might want Higgins. Yeah, the Segway is good. The fake Segway. Like one of those riding Segways. I think for $100 hauler, I ride up and I go, $100 hauler! And then I ride off. Gump still owes me a bucket of chicken. That is a true story. No lies are being told right there. I'll tell you that right now. Well, put it this way. If you do drop the $100 hauler, you also get to choose the video of choice on top of it. So, my Bucky McBride for St. Brown and Gibbs. The Bucky McBride for St. Brown and Gibbs. St. Brown and Gibbs. I don't even know why I hesitated. Lamb and rice or beef and noodles. Lamb and rice. Manungai ain't gonna do shiat, says the ski mask again. Bro, you got some bad takes tonight. Let's just, why don't you pack it in and start over tomorrow? No, I did take back chicken when someone's house burned down. I don't know what that means, but week 4 or 5 traded Mahomes for a 26 first and a second and a third, and a 28 first, Pearsall, Golden, and Gabriel after week 4 on a rebuild. So I assume that's a super flex. If not, getting a first rounder isn't, 2 first rounders for Mahomes is pretty good. If it was a super flex, I would have probably got 3 first rounders, to be honest, but 2 is good. 2 is still good on a rebuild. You told Gump he didn't have to give a bucket of chicken. I don't know about that. I might have once maybe went that way, and then I go, never mind, I want it. I mean, we certainly, it was an expectation the last 4 or 5 times it was brought up, Aaron, that Gump was required to pay up his bucket of chicken, and he didn't. There may have been one time I may have wavered to be nice or something, but no, the last 4 or 5 times it's been, where's my chicken? Where's my chicken? I'll do it. Where's my bucket of chicken? Nothing. Gump's got excuses up the wazoo. Absolutely ducking, says Rock Out. Ducking like crazy. This is why I don't do side bets with people. Because, you know, I lose very easy to say, hey, Smitty, where's... But when... That's why I don't do it anymore. I tell people I'll write something on my arms. I'll put your name, fake tattoo on the arm sleeves. I'll put your name on the screen. I'll whatever. You can super chat if you want. If we lose the side bet, whatever. I don't do side bets with anybody anymore. Gump ruined it. Bucket of chicken, my ass. Yeah, I might have wavered a little bit, but I don't know. I don't remember it being much of a waiver. Speaking of, I'm hungry, man. Thinking I might need, Canes is open late. Culver's is open late. Canes is open late. Trade Loveland and Downs for Kincaid and Troy Franklin. Yeah. I like that. I do that live. I'm getting Canes. I'm doing it. Ray De La Torre dropping the gifted membership, and that gifted membership went to Dylan. Dylan, congratulations, and thank you, Ray, for dropping a random gifted membership. Didn't do May and Bucky for Nico trade. Gonna hold Bucky. Didn't do May. Okay. All right. I don't blame you, but there is risk. I mean, Nico's a pretty nice, even Steven lateral move with no real risk at all. But Bucky, if you can wait on Bucky, I do think he comes back, but there is risk involved. Where's the cane sauce? What's the cane sauce like? It's really good, bro. I don't know that it's that much different than something. I mean, you can make it just probably with like 5 ingredients. Yeah, Gump screwed me out of my bucket of chicken. Bunch of BS. Trade Loveland and Downs for Kincaid and Franklin. You know, Husseini, I said yes to that. I'm not saying no. I'm not changing my mind. You might have already hit the button. I would say let's ask the chat Loveland, Kincaid, but I mean, Loveland probably more of an inconsistent, not one game wonder. I think he'll do it occasionally, but Kincaid feels like the real deal, and I think the chat will vote that as well. Chat, vote Kincaid or Loveland. I'm going Kincaid. Probably already hit the button, but Travis says Superflex trade Josh Allen. I can pin messages, right? There you go. You guys see the pin message? Trade Josh Allen for T-Law in London. Superflex. I'd rather have Josh Allen. Danny, would you trade Bucky and McBride for Rico and Gibbs? Yes, I'd take Rico and Gibbs and run. Did you guys see my pin message? Kincaid's winning the vote. Who's saying do it live? Mahmood says they're finally getting Raising Cane's in Long Island. Bro, Raising Cane's is great. Culver's is in Arizona, yes. You saw the pinned one. Thank you, Travis. Man, my hands are getting cold. Can someone look up what the weather is in Phoenix right now? I'm not trying to be a baby. It's not cold. My hands are cold. Because I'm holding the phone, and I just wonder what the temperature is right now. Now, you're all going to laugh at me when it's, 71 degrees or something, but you got to remember, we live in the 119s, the 115s, the one whatever, it can't be 70. It's got to be 60 something. Somebody Google Phoenix weather. It feels like it's in the 60s. Like it may be low 60s, 68. I am sitting by a fountain. Can somebody Google, does sitting by a cold water fountain in 68-degree weather act more like 64? 60. It feels colder than 68. I'll tell you that. High 60s. Yeah. Look, I mean, I'm not saying I'm freezing. I'm just saying my hands are cold. '62 in Queen Creek. I got a lot of Arizona people, man. I got a lot of Arizona people in here. I think I got like 5 Arizona people in here. You know, we do a lot of meet and greet stuff. Well, I don't do a lot of it. We've done a handful of them, and I've got a Find Smitty in Phoenix live stream I still got to do. Might do it. Yeah, I might do it in the busy time, because then we have more of a chance of people in Phoenix watching. And I'm giving away a Fathead, Patrick Mahomes vintage Fathead wall, sticker decal. And then also St. Brown, monster St. Brown, like size of an 8-foot wall. So St. Brown, monster St. Brown Fathead, a very small Mahomes Fathead, and I need my Phoenix, Arizona people to come find me. And so they'll be like clues. I'll do a live stream, and the first person to find me gets it, their choice, and the second person gets the other one. Kay says I missed the super chat. All right, let's look for it. Let's look for it, Kay. Kay says trade Bucky or AJB for Nico or Ladd. Bucky or AJB for Nico. I would trade. Honestly, I'd trade AJB for Nico, and then I'd keep Bucky. But I'd also trade Bucky for Rico, for Henry, for Barkley, for Jacobs, for Achan. We trade Bucky and McBride for Rico. I got that one. Husseini, thank you. Did I miss anybody else's super chat? Now, they have this question feature. It didn't work last time. So I don't know if it's going to work now, but ask a question here. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to put it up here. Problem is it doesn't show me the answers. Last time it didn't. It's a beta feature, and you get asked like, how is that beta feature, and it's like it doesn't work. So let's see what happens when you guys type in. I can't promise that you're going to not waste your time here. All right, answer. I guess what it does is it shows you, I think in the chat, maybe, somebody type something. Somebody type in the question box something and then tell them. Let me see. Hold on. Someone says I gotta ask the question. No, I put it up here. Oh, is it just showing you? No, I think it's a question box. It won't let you. Okay. I don't think it works. It's a the reason I know it's not me that answers it is it says it's a Q&A feature. So if you can't click on it and ask a question, like nobody can tap on the answer. This guy again? They did this last time. Yeah, that's trash. It says answers. Yeah, but it should let you type, but it doesn't. All right, let's do a poll. Rest of season. London. Buka. Barkley. Man, I want Canes bad. His mom should be ashamed of him. No meatloaf. His mom should be ashamed of him. Drake May, AFC MVP, says Aaron. Aaron, I think it's definitely in the cards. Meatloaf. The guy gets no meatloaf tonight. London, Buka, Barkley. London's winning 53 to 28 to 19. If anybody's watching the replay, you won't be able to see the poll. That's where I'm pointing right now. There's a poll right here, and I put these polls in here during the vertical evening live streams. And it's London 51%, Buka 29, and Barkley 19. And there's 36 votes right now. We have about almost 200 people in the building. Chat, are you dropping JD5 and redraft? Matt, I don't think you can yet. And put them on IR. If you don't have IR, I don't know. It depends on the scenario. Who are you picking up? Context matters. Dropping JD5 blanket statement, can't give it. But if you're picking up somebody like Loveland and you got no tight end, then it makes sense. You know? London looked like crap last week, says Jose. I don't think he did, bro. I don't think so. Ibuka for Rookie of the Year, yeah. Take that back, Ricardo. Canes is unseasoned garbage, says Ricardo. I was trying to see what Ricardo said. Canes, I mean, that's what the dipping sauce is for, my guy. That's why they give you the cane sauce, my boy. I think they forgot to give you the cane sauce, Ricardo. Canes ain't no unflavored. It's good, bro. Canes is great. We're gonna go a few more minutes. We're gonna go to 90 minutes, and then we'll do an hour and a half show, and then we're off to Canes, baby. Doing it live. I like Christmas time. I mean, we got to get to Thanksgiving first, but they got all the decorations out. Of course, they turn it off. No one's a night owl out here. Arizona's weak. I'm surprised Canes will be open, to be honest. But we'll go get Canes, do it live. Well, I won't record it live, but Canes overrated. Come on, bro. Canes is awesome. Thank you, drama. This is like almost identical vehicles. I almost got in this other vehicle. It looks like mine. Jeez. Anybody ever done that? I've gotten in the wrong car before. It was unlocked. I got in. I was a kid. We looked around. Noticed a hat we didn't recognize. Noticed the upholstery is a little bit different. Literally almost got in it, tried to get in this other vehicle. It looks exactly like mine. And we're the only two cars in the parking lot. It's kind of odd. Literally the only two vehicles in this entire parking lot right now. And it's exactly looks like mine. It's a shaggin' wagon, just like mine. Canes is the worst, bro. Come on, man. Harvey Manung guy. How many people are in here? 170? Man, my hands are freezing. My hands are freezing right now. Patty or Lamar. Probably, I don't know. They're both really good, bro. You don't drive a truck. I drive a 4Runner. Cane sauce is great. Panthers, Saints, less scoring. I have to sell one, bro. I have to sell one. Oh, well, then I probably would say keep Lamar because he's bye week free. It seems like no one wants Mahomes. That's fine by me. I'll take him. I mean, bro, you could sell whichever one gets you more. Like, that's the answer, actually. Rock Out, you drive a Jeep? I didn't know that. Rock Out drives a Jeep. Sell whichever quarterback gets you more. That's the answer. I can't believe so many people hate Canes in here. How do you hate Canes, man? Canes is bomb, bro. Rambo, my boy Rambo, Bucky, May, and Pitts for Nico and Kamara. I don't know how to answer that question, my man. Because without knowing who your quarterback will be, but I would say if you're going to be in good hands at QB without doing the trade, I kind of like Nico as a lateral move from Bucky to be safe. But then again, it's like, Bucky and May, it depends on what you got going on. I'd try and trade Kamara if I got Kamara, but I lean a little bit toward Nico. Man, Canes is great, bro. I don't understand this hatred for Canes. Man, Canes is like legit, like McDonald's is plastic. Nick says, Smitty, where do you find your sleeper drafts mid-season? I don't do sleeper drafts mid-season. I pop smoke on my league. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I'm too old for that shit. I don't know what kind of language we're speaking here. Private leagues. I don't do any. I have like 7 leagues and I do underdog, promo code Smitty. I don't do any sort of mid-season leagues on sleeper. Love Canes. Their iced tea. I don't. Yeah, I haven't tried their iced tea. I just drink the cane sauce straight. That's my beverage of choice at Canes. McDonald's is like plastic food. I don't understand how someone can hate on Canes. Popeyes is nice too. I don't mind Popeyes, but a little greasier. Canes feels like it's as healthy as you can probably try and ask somebody to be for a $1 billion company that's trying to use somewhat bad ingredients so they can get away with high cost, high. Okay, last super chat, H13, appreciate you. Got offered a Dunze and Bill for Dowdle. I'm taking that. I mean, bro, Dowdle by a country mile. I mean, your record doesn't matter because this makes you worse, so it doesn't do any. Like Bill, who's Bill? Drop him, Bill. I like Bill. I feel bad. Let me end this poll. 49, 29, 21% Barkley, 29% Buka, and London 49%. So London wins the vote. I'm going to move that out of my face. What was I saying? I don't know. I prefer Popeyes over Canes. I'm fine with Popeyes. Start to Hendy, Olave, Diggs, full PPR. Hendy and I don't know. I think we need to wait on Hendy news, Michael. I wish I could answer that now. Do I eat a lot of fried chicken? No. All right, I think I'm out of here. I think I answered all the super chats. H13, appreciate your super chat. Don't trade Dowdle. Don't trade Dowdle, my boy. Don't do it. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you all for watching. We're going to do a vertical live stream once a week, I think. This is a pretty good night for it, Wednesday night. We did it last week on Wednesday night. I think we'll do it every Wednesday graveyard. Thanks to my moderators. I'll see you all later. Roughly a 90-minute show in the books. Off to get canes. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you, Husseini, everybody else that dropped the super. You guys are unbelievable. I'll see you all later. Dose.